Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for Android App Arena is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is Android App Arena, episode 99 for Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. Reddit. This episode of Android App Arena is brought to you by Blue Apron. Blue Apron will send you fresh, high-quality ingredients to cook delicious meals with simple step-by-step instructions right to your door. See what's on the menu this week and get your first 2 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/twit. That's blueapron.com/twit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Android App Arena. I'm your host, Jason Howell. I have come to terms lately with the fact that I'm a bit obsessed with Reddit. I don't know, for some reason, for the longest time, I just considered myself a casual user of Reddit, but then I found myself incorporating it into my bedtime routine, browsing the front page of Reddit for around 10 minutes on a good night before shutting my eyes at the end of the day. Now, I'm guessing there are plenty of reasons why that is a horrible idea, and I'm sure you'll let me know, but I find that randomness and chaos that you find inside Reddit to be an interesting way to end the day. What can I say? As for clients of Reddit, Reddit actually has its own. It has its own official Android app. They didn't go all Twitter on third-party apps, thankfully. Instead, they allow those apps to flourish. And what we have, as a result, is a rich collection of Reddit apps in the Play Store, all packing at least some pretty impressive design and some interesting feature sets that the official app does not include. So, why don't we take a look at a few of those today in this week's roundup of Reddit apps. Let's first take a look at Now for Reddit. This is a lightweight Reddit app. It brings the basics of Reddit with a few advanced features when you dive deeper. First, here's the front page feed. It has sizable image cards, as you can see, that pull you in, and a short post description up at the very top. From here, it's easy to vote anything up or down, as you'll want to do in Reddit, and any of the other post-related actions that you might need can be found in the overflow menu. Tapping the image itself takes you to the page that's being linked to, whether it's a news article, a video, a picture, or whatever it happens to be. If instead you tap the description, that's going to take you to the Reddit post with all of the comments then listed below it. You can tap a comment to then give it an up or a down vote. Again, this is essential to Reddit. Or you can tap and hold, and that's going to hide all of those replies, condensing the feed to show you the next comment. Now, going back out to the main feed, currently showing front page, if I swipe left or right, that's going to cycle through any of my own subscribed subreddits, and this makes the whole experience very browsable, which I really like. Now, one thing this view could benefit from is a pull to refresh action instead of that refresh button up there, taking up unnecessary space up at top. But the cards-based view is nice looking. Now, there is the side slide out tray. This gives you options for picking from your subreddits, managing your personal messages inbox, and then there's this button right here for Reddit TV. This is a way to watch an endless stream of video that's shared to Reddit as a whole. It's broken out into categories for you. The video plays immediately with a playlist below it. And if you happen to go into other parts of Reddit TV, that player then reduces to a small window until I decide I don't want it anymore and I swipe it away. Nice touch. Now for Reddit is free in the Play Store with a $2.99 upgrade inside the app to remove the ads. Next up is Sync for Reddit, which packs a substantial amount of features. Here's the front page. I'm just going to go right into it. The front page view, up at the very top, you're going to see a handy drop down for trending subreddits. Let's face it, Reddit is always changing. So this is actually a great way to keep up with the site's attention. I haven't really seen that in other Reddit apps. Scrolling down shows the posts that are hitting the front page as you expect. Again, if you happen to tap the image or the URL itself, that's going to take you to the article, video, or image that was linked to by the poster. And while you're there, you can actually tap this readability button, and that's going to transform the page into a more mobile-friendly format that'll get rid of those costly images and speed things up. Now, from the front page again, if you tap the title or description, that's going to take you to the Reddit post itself, again with the thread of comments below that. And you see here, there's a floating action button. That's for adding your own post to this particular place. Now, tapping a comment presents the upvote, downvote actions that you expect, along with a few others. And long pressing hides the replies to tidy up your view once again. And you can change the front page view actually in the overflow settings. This is kind of a nice touch, I think. Now, the side slide out tray is where you're going to find your full list of subscribed subreddits. A little buried in my personal opinion, but there they are. You also have access to your private messages, along with a nice moderator section if you happen to manage any subreddits yourself. Here you can do things like mark posts as spam, you can remove them, approve them, and a whole lot more if it's auto-moderated. You can go in there and tweak the controls. In settings, you have control over the style and look of the app, complete with, well, pizza and bacon themes, because apparently that's a thing. And you can determine how the app deals with media, either in-app previews for speeding things up, or you can have them push out to the web as needed. Definitely some nice customization options to be had with Sync for Reddit. You can find it free with a $3.99 Pro version in the Play Store. And finally, a Reddit browser that actually just exited its beta, and big surprise, it's a hit on Reddit. People on Reddit like it, so let's take a look. It's called Boost for Reddit, and it's designed with those familiar material design functions, like the floating action button, for example, on the front page feed. There, it actually adds a new post to the feed. Now, up top, you see a cards button. That changes the look of your feed to taste, and there are a lot of options there. That gallery view is one that I haven't really seen before. Also, the swipe view that takes you from post to post with left and right swipes. I like that a lot. But switching back to the cards view, here you see the posts are now listed vertically. And once again, tapping the image or link takes you to the source. Tapping the post title or description brings you to the Reddit post along with the comments below it. Everything is easily actionable, which I really like about this app, including long tapping a comment to hide its replies for condensed view. That floating action button allows you to drop a reply straight away inside that post. And that navigate button up top actually allows you to highlight specific items in the sometimes lengthy comment threads. For example, you can highlight any reply that contains a link. And that makes it easier to find at least. Now back out to the front page, I can tap the subreddit title drop down for all of my subscribed subreddits to jump right to them. We'll take a look at the side slide out tray, and you get a full selection of search options for finding posts or subreddits based on keyword. And the settings are filled with ways to customize the theming of the app, along with how it handles media of all types to kind of speed things up. I've opted for in-app browsing for all types of things. Boost for Reddit is free in the Play Store with a $2.49 upgrade inside the app to remove the ads. Now, I'll be honest, my go-to Reddit app is Relay for Reddit, has been for quite a while. And the reality of Reddit apps right now is that there are so many of them and so many well-designed apps at that it's easy to kind of lock into the one you already use and not try the alternatives. So a part of me does an episode like this, at least partially, to force myself to check out those alternatives, to kind of see how they stack up to my own preferred choice. And in this case, I don't know, it's really hard to break my routine with Relay, but I think I might spend a bit more time with Boost and see how it develops over time, especially since it's such early days for the app. Let me know which Reddit app is your favorite. Email your picks to arena@twit.tv, and I'll hold on to them and check them out for a future episode. All right, before we move on, let's thank the sponsor of today's episode, and that's Blue Apron, which is a challenge because I'm really hungry right now. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone while supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. For less than $10 per serving, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with fresh, high-quality ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card and pre-portioned ingredients that can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. It makes it really easy. You customize your recipes each week based on your dietary preferences that you choose, and you choose a delivery option that fits your needs. There's no weekly commitment, so you only get deliveries when you want them. Blue Apron actually delivers to 99% of the continental U.S., so you're pretty likely to be able to get the box delivered to your door. Blue Apron actually sets the highest quality standards for their community of over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States. So things are sourced sustainably, things like seafood. Beef is raised humanely. Chickens are free range. Pork is raised naturally, and regenerative farming practices are used for produce. So it's all done responsibly. By shipping the exact amount required for the recipe, Blue Apron is reducing food waste. You're going to eat it all because it's perfectly portioned. Whether it's Japanese ramen noodles, wild-caught Alaskan salmon, or heirloom tomatoes, Blue Apron brings you the best. And Blue Apron not only supports a more sustainable food system, it supports happy and healthy families. I should know, I've cooked many of these meals with my family. Cooking together builds strong family bonds, and research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often. New recipes are created every week by Blue Apron's culinary team. You're not repeated within the year, so it's always really fresh. Cook meals like crispy cod and cabbage slaw tacos with pepita, pineapple, and avocado salsa, or Middle Eastern chicken and chickpea stew with pita croutons. Ah, man, these things sound delicious. Check out this week's menu and get your first 2 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/twit. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. Check it out for yourself. Visit blueapron.com/twit. And we thank Blue Apron for their support of Android App Arena. Blue Apron really is a better way to cook. All right, up next, Google wants you to get all scientific with your device. It's this week's big app. Sometimes Google releases an app that doesn't necessarily fit easily into its traditional categories. We know Google has an addiction to messaging apps, for example, so I half expected this to be another one of those. Sorry for the jab, Google. But instead, Science Journal by Google Marketing is something entirely different. This is meant to be a tool for science, plain and simple. Science Journal puts all those sensors on your device to work, providing you with tools to document what it sees and records the results for whatever it is that you need that for. For example, this ambient light detection tells you how much light is there in the room. Sound intensity measures in decibels how loud your environment is at the moment. The accelerometer reading shows the acceleration of your device from left to right and back, and in all different axes, X, Y, and Z axis. They're all provided for independent measurement. If you'd rather see a graph readout of those data points as opposed to straight up numbers, you can tap this button and then you'll watch everything get all nice and squiggly. Any measurement can be recorded down below with the record button, along with the inclusion of experiment notes for documenting things as you go. You can create any number of projects within Science Journal, each containing their own isolated experiments and trials, so things are kept very organized. That's essential in the process of testing things like this. And it works with external devices, things like Arduino devices, if you want to extend that functionality and those sensors even further. Find Science Journal in the Play Store for free. Now, I can imagine that Science Journal could be an incredible resource for students. Too bad they're all on summer break in a few days. Send me your favorite apps and categories to arena@twit.tv, or you can post those to the subreddit at androidapparena.reddit.com. The show plays live every Wednesday around 5 p.m. Pacific, following Tech News Today at twit.tv/live. And the new episode always appears later in the evening in the feeds and on the show page at twit.tv/arena. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Jason Howell, and I will see you next week in the arena.